So a few days ago, I asked you guys on my community tab to post your hottest takes of the Owl House and the Owl House fandom. So here we go. Isaac On says Camilla is not a good parent. And to be honest, I respectfully disagree. Camilla was not a good parent at the start of the series, yes. But slowly over time, she became more of a good parent through growth of character and growth of being a parent. She was a parent to V, and it really helped V out. And over time, she just started to understand Luce and be more compassionate of Luce. And overall, helped her become a better parent overall.
My biggest mistake was trying to protect you by changing this beautiful, good witch into something she wasn't.
Fred the Owlbear says Luce Edge Hunter is an okay ship. Now hold the front door. Luce Edge Hunter is not a good ship. They're not romantical, they're siblings. They have a sibling dynamic, not a relationship partner dynamic. If you want that, you got Lumity. Luce and Hunter, who were rivals and hated one another and fought one another, they're not romantical in my opinion. But that's my opinion. Emma T, with several Y's, says Hunter is overrated. And personally I disagree. I personally quite like Hunter, but everyone has their own taste. Some people might like Hunter, some people might not. So if you don't like Hunter, that's understandable. Brian Poncho 9606 says Willow was a boring character. And just like I said with the Hunter comment, if you don't like Willow, I understand. Personally, I quite enjoyed Willow. Do I see her as a main character who had big plot points? No, she didn't really help out very much whenever it came to the plot. But she was an interesting side character and helped Luce out in the end. Fire Knight 4151 says the Owl House is too cynical, and the general cast is too unlikable for me to enjoy. I prefer Amphibia, but I love Lumity. And if you don't like the Owl House, I understand. Everyone has their own taste again. And if you don't like the Owl House, that's understandable. Personally, I enjoyed it. It had a lot of comedy, had interesting plots, and was an overall great show. If you don't enjoy it for the characters or the plot, I understand. To each their own. Everyone's gonna have their own taste. Everyone's gonna enjoy their own things. And in the end, that's what makes us different than each other. So if you didn't like the Owl House, that's fine. Personally, I enjoyed it. Hono Jello says that they don't like Arador and Darius as a romantic ship. It's better than Arador and Adalia. In my opinion, we didn't see enough of Arador and Darius together to really make an opinion, in my opinion. I mean, they really didn't have much screen time. Maybe a little bit during the flashback, but that was about it. Otherwise, no screen time together. They had no screen time together other than a little bit of a flashback scene. That was about it. Claudio the Warrior says Gus was kinda annoying in Season 1. He got better in Season 2 and Season 3. In my opinion, yes, Gus was quite annoying in Season 1. He was more of a comedy relief character, but he got better and he grew as a character as the show went on, and I personally really enjoyed that. Albert 2020 says the Collector is a bad addition to the story, no matter how much they love him, and I really disagree with this one. The Collector was a necessary part of the story, and without him, you really don't have Belos. Belos didn't become Belos until Philip found the Collector. And without the Collector, Philip would be nothing more than a rich hunter killing riches. And yes, would be a main character, would be a main villain, but the Collector was the thing that added that punch to make him more. Albert 2020 also says Lumity was half rushed in the back half of Season 1. And I agree, it was a little bit too rushed towards the end. It went from, oh, these two hate one another, to, oh, Emily has a crush on Luce. Where did that come from? It just felt a little bit forced. Mario Perez 2848 says the Owl House fandom is 95% Lumity, 5% everything else. And I really do agree with this one too. The Owl House fandom was so focused on Lumity over everything else. The characters, the plots, it wasn't important to the fandom. What was important was Lumity. And you can even see that on our content, because most of the time the comments that we post had to do with nudity. And it sucks my opinion because there were so many other great characters in the show, but honestly, there's nothing we can do about that. The fandom focused on nudity. River C says Rada has more chemistry or better backstory than Lumity. And no, I would say they're about equal. Rada had an interesting backstory, had an interesting relationship, and it was great seeing those two go back together and eventually get together as a couple. Lumity, on the other hand, was a little bit rushed, but overall was a great cover itself. So they're both great covers in the end, and I really enjoyed both. Honjello says Basha should have had a redemption arc. And personally, I agree. Towards the end of the show, she really should have had a redemption arc. And she was so close too. She turned on Kikimora, and she helped out everyone, but it just didn't happen. She didn't apologize for anything, she didn't make up for anything. She helped people, but she didn't really have that redemption arc. Diego Khan says Kikimora would have had a redemption arc if she wasn't so arrogant and embarrassing. I agree with the arrogant part, don't make me understand about the embarrassing part. Kikimora could have really had a redemption arc herself. Towards the end, she started to help out everyone, but then she turned almost immediately back to being evil, and it really ruined her character. She really had a chance of becoming a good person, but in the end, she went back to her old ways, and she didn't help out in the end. Sid Daniels says we should have learned more about the Titans in the Archivist. And I really do agree that we should have learned more about the Titans. We know so little about them. We know that the Collector used to hang out with them, and we know that King and King's dad was a Titan, and that the whole show was taking place on the Titan. But we don't know much about the backstory. We don't know what happened to them. We don't know how they died. We just know that they died. It would have been so interesting to know more about it, but I don't know if we ever will. I don't know if Dana will ever tell us more about it, or if we will just be left in the dark. Only time will tell. But yes, I personally agree that we really should have learned more about the Titans and the Archivists as well. Anywho, if you guys would like to see more of these hot take videos, please leave a comment down below and let me know. And please suggest a fandom that you guys would like me to do a hot take video on. And if you guys want to see more hot take videos and more content from us, please subscribe. And until next time,